Hey guys, it's me, Minibig Jack 24 here, and today, well, I'm coming from you from not my normal time zone, as my normal time zone is U.S. Eastern Standard Time, and now I'm at Rocky Mountain Time for just a brief family vacation. I meant to record this video yesterday, but kinda slipped my mind, so I gotta do this quick. Well, not quickly, but since I'm on vacation, you might hear some stuff in the background, such as background music, people laughing and stuff. That just happens to be because the room that I'm at is not that far away from like a common area and stuff. Anyways, today we're going to be reacting to the Muldoon logs by Aliwata. Log 17, Robbie's Reckoning. Also, before I forget, please, I cannot stress this enough. Please go over to Aliwata's channel to watch the original video in full first before finishing my reaction. Or even after my reaction, please go to the original video to support it by leaving a comment, and subscribing to Aliwata's channel if you haven't already, since all the support that he gets means we get more and more content, which is good. Also, for my next Muldoon log video would be actually about the interview that Aliwata did with Swift Edge, which I only watched the first few minutes before stopping myself, because honestly, I could just have what you call it. I could just react to it blind. Otherwise, like the opening minutes. Anyways, since I don't have much time, let's begin. Oh, wait, hold on. All of the copyright belongs to Aliwata. Jurassic Park's copyright belongs to Universal City Studios LLC and to Emblem Entertainment Inc. Anyways, without any further ado, there will be a link in the description to the original video and also to Aliwata's channel. And for a brief description of my background, for a long time, I'm a long time paleo nerd and was actually planning to go into paleontology for college, but then I kind of during my sophomore into junior year of high school, I kind of realized paleontology was more of a hobby than a career passion, so I swapped over to film. So I have a bit more of kind of the knowledge of paleontology than the average Joe. Probably a bit more than the average person that keeps up with some paleo news, but doesn't keep up fully with it. So yeah, I'm not saying I'm a professional by any regards, but I have some knowledge of the field. But as always, feel free to take everything I say with possible grain of salt due to time and personal understanding of different species, as species change with more discoveries and stuff. So let's continue. I'm going to keep stating this. I know this is going to get annoying, but first of all, Velociraptor anterophis is not a real animal. Velociraptor is a real animal, yes, but that's Mongoliensis, and I forget the other species of Velociraptor. Whereas Velociraptor anterophis is not even a real animal, as the real animal is Deinonychus anterophis. And, well, yes, the film version, even the novel version of Deinonychus was actually still big, because in the novel, Michael Crichton, at the time when he was writing Jurassic Park, was inspired by a bad paleo kind of artist thing, where he saw the name Velociraptor Anthropus on the Paleoart thing, and from there he tried correcting it with Deinonychus Anthropus for Jurassic Park, but it just sounded Velociraptor sounded easier for people and much more cooler than Deinonychus, so that was popped over. And in the novels, like Deinonychus was about like 5 foot, 5 foot, maybe like 5'5", like at biggest, but they weren't that much larger than like the average person really, but they were definitely not like nearly the same size as the raptors in the movies, as the movie raptors were a little bit bigger because at the time Spielberg caught word of a new giant raptor that was being discovered. And it wasn't until after Jurassic Park released on film in theaters we got word of the official paper describing Utah Raptor, which is kind of what the based in large size for the film's version of the Raptors is based on, because Deinonychus itself is still a pretty big animal. It's like, granted, not the biggest of dinosaurs or even the dromaeosaurs, but I'd say it's a pretty effective hunter and was pretty decent for its time. Anyways, let's continue. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. That's right. My quick recap. Last time we saw Robbie viewing a pair of raptors doing a mating courtship, which we knew from the other vlog of Muldoon talking with Sam about it, and no, not Sam. I forget what the other the paleontological consult. Oh no, it was Tony that he was talking to about it, and then effectively one of the Metries, the youngster, broke out, and Robbie kind of has an unwanted visitor at the moment. Yeah. It's never a good side. More importantly, how are these not electrified? I guess storm power does drain it.
Where are you?
I'm not sure what you're going to do, Muldoon. Do you have a trank?
Hey, I'm Daniel, founder of...
I'm sorry. I didn't come up here for ads, but... Come on. I came here to catch up with Muldoon.
Muldoon?
Ray, I need you to jump into home range data and tell me where the youngest Metriacanthosaur is immediately.
Aren't they all in their holding pan?
The galvanized steel has been chewed through. The other two are still inside, but I don't want to make assumptions and go running around through the enclosure until your computer updates me on her location.
Pulling it up now, Muldoon. What timestamp?
I don't know. I was last here at about 10:30 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, I see it now. She passes from the holding pen into the enclosure at 8:39 p.m.
Where is she now?
She heads through the enclosure and down to the river, and by 8:46, she's entered the water, and I can't see her until...
Hurry, Ray.
She's at the raptor feeder right now.
Raptor feeder, got it.
Muldoon!
What is it?
Robbie's there.
What?
Oh, no.
She's heading for him.
Robbie.
Oh, no.
Ray, animal out of containment. Send a capture team to the raptor enclosure immediately.
Oh, Daddy.
back.
Oh boy, this ain't good. So, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Why, I'm not sure what Muldoon was gonna do on his own. To capture Dimitri. But yeah. Robbie is currently in a lot of danger, to say the least. But, just like all encounters with animals, there is a chance you can survive. Although, not a high chance if it's a predatory animal, but a chance nonetheless. Yeah, run. Run. Yep. Yeah, Robbie, run. I know it's a bad instinct to tell someone to run because that just only enacts predator instincts. I'm gonna tell you this real simply. Currently, you have a barrier between you, and the animal. The animal, for the time being, isn't actively trying to go through the barrier immediately, meaning you have a split moment to get a little bit more distance with it. And also, for Robbie's sake, I hope he's in the he's in the trike paddock. Oh, no. Go, Robbie. Go. Go. To the trees. Climb. Yeah, good. Turn off the light. Just be careful.
Yeah.
Because it's after you. It's never a good sign. I would personally recommend looking behind you, Robbie, but... Ooh, hold on, let's see. Wait. Yeah, he notices it. Yeah, wait. Yeah, it's waiting in hope for him. Ooh. You just have to wait it out. Yeah, this is where I say slowly back away. I would recommend climbing the tree. Also, never place a barrier in front of your view of the animal, because then you could easily lose track of it and then become dinner. But yes, slowly moving around is better than nothing, to say the least. Come on. Jump scares. Yeah, go for it.
Softer.
Come on. Why do ads be like this? Why do they insist that what do you call it? To keep jumping out, you know? During tense moments. It doesn't make sense. And I don't like it. Yeah, do it. Do that. Flash it.
Yeah.
On and off. On and off, Robbie. On and off. Yes, slowly back away.
Yeah.
And flash the lights now. You're at a safer distance to do that. Yes. Yes. A trike to the rescue. I'm not sure which trike this is, but... oh boy. Robbie, I recommend getting out before you get a front row seat to a Metricanthrosaurus juvenile versus... well, I mean, it's technically more subadult than really a juvenile at this size, but... versus a Triceratops. Yeah, that Metri is gonna be dead. And I mean, fully dead. Go, 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 go.
I've given him a drink, so he should be fine, Ray.
Okay, thank God. What an ordeal for the poor guy.
Oh, don't underestimate Robbie. He's a tough one, Ray.
I'll say.
So, I'll actually kind of relate to Robbie in this kind of situation. Alright, because... I'll be honest, like, the moment that an animal... alright, I've kind of told this story a few times, but not really so much recently, but I have, like, in the past. So, sum it up. So, when I was in Africa with my family for vacation, effectively, there was this... well, we were on safari, and this wasn't, like, directly on safari. This was at, like, a villa that we were staying at, that we would go on to safari on, and, well, I was in the moment, kind of had dirtied up my shoe for the night. It was my flip-flop. So I was just washing it out with some of the pool water, bending down. And the grass, like about, give or take, like 10 or 6 feet away, like I'm not that good at eye distance, begins to shake, and out comes a leopard. Although it wasn't predatory, it was more of like a curious walk-up type deal, and it at first went to the opposite side of the pool, like it was motioning for that. Once it saw me after jumping out, and it was like a few feet in front of me, and instantly, without a second thought, once I saw it was moving to the other side, even for momentarily, that was enough for me to really begin to run inside and slam the door shut right behind me. I have to say, yeah, the adrenaline rush is definitely real, although whether or not if this was an actual predation attempt from that leopard is not really known, because I believe it just was, patrolling territory and then just happened to like just unexpectedly stumbled upon me, I think that's the case, but yeah, I understand the fear and adrenaline of it rushing, because it's weird, because you can sense something's off. Like, although humans are not that good at doing senses, but you can sense when it's off. But yeah, I don't blame Robbie for running. Yeah. Go, 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 go.
I've given...
Yep. Yeah, because when you're in that kind of survival panic, because to be honest, at the time of when I had my leopard incident, I did genuinely believe that there was a 50-50 chance that I would die. I mean, granted, in hindsight, I'm looking at it with more clarity and, a more calmer mind about it compared to being younger and also being pretty spooked and also knowing how the animals kill and knowing that, humans aren't exactly purely off the menu for them. So, yeah, I understand that survival instinct of like a super sprint rush. I mean, granted, the leopard wasn't chasing after me or anything. I mean, it did follow me towards the door, but never went any closer than like a few feet because it probably just got startled, a bit curious, and then just saw that, I ran away, so it just went off in the night.
Him a drink, so he should be fine, Ray.
Okay, thank God. What an ordeal for the poor guy.
Oh, don't underestimate Robbie. He's a tough one, Ray.
I'll say.
Did you guys separate those two?
The capture team arrived to find Lady Margaret had gouged the young Metri to death.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's dead.
And have you informed Hammond?
He's still sleeping. I'm not looking forward to telling him, though.
Okay, we'll head over in a little bit. Robbie and I have some catching up to do first.
Okay, I need to get a crane over to them, so I'll see you later, Muldoon.
All right. Bottoms up, Robbie.
Why am I getting ads? I'm trying to watch this amazing series. But yeah, I do understand that. Yeah, you might, after an ordeal like that, yeah, having a drink and enjoying the beauties of the prehistoric world. Well, not the exact replica of the prehistoric world, but one that's pretty close to it for about 1990s vision.
Believe I'm sitting here.
Neither can I.
I thought I was finished.
Tell me what happened.
She popped up near the raptor enclosure. 1 second I was on my feet. Next second I was scrambling on the ground. I kept thinking if I had just a few extra seconds, I could have made it to the Jeep and gotten out of there.
When you have to make a decision in a fraction of a second, that's when panic sets in.
I made a break for the trike enclosure. I could hear it moving around me. Branches snapping, then nothing.
Silence.
Worse than any noise. Every instinct was telling me to just run.
Good thing you didn't. Almost certainly would have been your demise.
Yeah. The thing with this is that humans, although we do have some form of sensation, we traded a lot of our abilities to sense stuff like other animals can into intelligence. So compared to a lot of other animals, we don't have the best kind of natural senses to simply deal with this stuff in a more controlled manner. But it's one of those things where even if it's silent after you hear the branches breaking away, like, yeah, that kind of tells you, oh yeah, it might be safe. First of all, like, that instinct isn't wrong. It's telling you, the best chance for survival, and it's trying to, enforce, what it believes to be the correct, course of action. However, it does kind of take a little while to kind of make sure that you don't accidentally, run out in that silence, because if you do, that's just gonna, as what Muldoon says, yeah, it's gonna be your demise. This is true for even mammalian carnivores even today. That, either hunts humans or, just happens to be desperate and hungry enough to see us as prey.
So what would have been the best thing to do?
It depends on the animal. Most lion attacks are bluff charges. Not all, but many.
So stand your ground.
Stand your ground. Make yourself look larger. Back away slowly. Running triggers pursuit.
Yep.
Right.
Hippo's different. If a hippo decides you're the problem, you've already made several mistakes.
I'm first of all with Robert. I couldn't agree anymore. Because if a hippo decides you're an issue, well, let's just say that they're the ones mainly responsible for like over 500 deaths per year in Africa. And yeah, they are the top contender for, dangerous animal on Africa that kills people other besides mosquitoes. Mosquitoes and some snake bites.
Responsible for more deaths in Africa than all carnivorous predators.
So what
Yeah, that's about right.
do you do with them?
Find an obstacle, tree, termite mound, vehicle, anything that forces it to maneuver.
I heard they're fast.
They are extremely fast, by the way. Don't think because of its thick skin that it's fat. It is not fat. If anything, it's literally a walking tank, and not to mention, they can run faster than Usain Bolt can. Meaning, yeah, you're not going to be outrunning them. And, oh boy, it's not going to be a pleasant, death, because I feel bad if you survive the thing, not as, if you survive a hippo attack, I feel extremely sorry for you, because you have to live through the pain, and also loss of several limbs. Limbs while getting, chewed on by effectively a giant herbivore with carnivorous teeth. And has a pretty strong bite force. Oh, yeah, it's not the most pleasant.
Faster than you, that's for sure. Bears depend on species. Black bears make noise, stand tall. Grizzlies, sometimes playing dead works.
Sometimes, yeah, that's true. With grizzlies, it's always a mixed bag because brown bears as a whole, some are more aggressive and territorial like grizzlies are, but at the same time, trying to remain calm and present yourself as not threatening as possible sometimes works, but just like same thing applies with black bears. Even when you try making yourself look bigger, it simply won't, prevent the animal from not trying to attack, especially if there's cubs in the area, or if it perceives you as a possible snack.
Sometimes?
Advice gets people killed when they think nature follows set rules.
Agreed.
Nature follows probabilities.
All of me.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not here to listen to this. Go on. I'm not here for ads. I'm here for how I oughta. Hold on a sec. Let me go back.
Please, sometimes playing dead works.
Sometimes?
Advice gets people killed when they think nature follows set rules. Nature follows probabilities.
And the Metriacanthosaur?
That's the problem, Robbie. We don't know enough yet.
You always know something.
Not enough to be comfortable. From what I've observed, younger animals are the most dangerous.
More dangerous than the adults?
In some ways, yes. Adults establish routines, territories, preferences, likes, dislikes. You can observe them and gauge some picture of what may or may not work with individual animals.
They become predictable.
Predictable is a strong word when it comes to animal behavior, Robbie. The juveniles, however, are curious, impulsive, constantly testing things.
including people.
Especially people.
So what should I have done? I started flashing my flashlight.
The torch.
Yeah, in repeated bursts. It seemed to confuse it.
That's consistent with what we've seen.
Really?
The species appears uncomfortable around sudden bright light.
Sensitive vision, maybe?
Possibly.
So the flashlight helped.
Sounds like it did.
It stopped advancing.
Then I'd say you interrupted whatever decision-making process it was going through.
That's a polite way of saying it wanted to eat me.
More likely investigate you.
Yeah, first it's gonna be... Well, first, some predators, bite things first, and then learn stuff. For example, sharks are pretty curious, and some of the ways of how they know, of how they learn stuff, is by, biting on humans. And sometimes they spit us out, because, we're mammals and not fish, so we're yucky to them. But if desperate measures and desperate times calls for anything, they're not opposed to, a human.
That's not reassuring.
No.
What about playing dead, Muldoon?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Nope.
Predators investigate carrion all the time.
Right.
Besides, if the animal's curious rather than aggressive, lying motionless simply gives it time to examine you.
That somehow sounds worse.
It is.
So stand still, keep the light on, don't run.
That's what I'd try.
Try?
Robbie, nobody on this island has extended experience dealing with metriacanthosaurs, or any of our animals for that matter.
Good point.
We're all learning. They conduct research over months and months of observation over on Sauna, but the truth is, new behaviors will appear all the time. We're all still learning.
Nearly learned the hard way tonight.
Very nearly.
You sound bothered.
Robbie,
Probably more bothered that the Metri got killed because of me.
if anything, the Metri died because of me.
Yeah.
Harding asked me to check on the sick trike, and I delegated that to you. Accidents happen, but the Metri didn't die because of you, Robbie. I'm far more concerned about losing you. I've buried enough men in my career. Tonight could have gone very differently.
I do agree with Muldoon here. Yeah, when you're in a profession, especially when it comes to being a game warden over a lot of dangerous animals, especially in his area, he's dealt with, the African savanna, which is a brutal, beautiful but brutal kind of environment to be thrust into, and inexperience or not taking warnings exactly, or accidents occurring, that leads to, it leads to a lot of people dying partially due to negligence, partially due to other stuff. The whole entire reasons for why can vary beyond reasonable and understandable to obviously, like a pretty dumb mistake that literally anyone can see.
One wrong turn, one moment of panic, and we'd be having a completely different conversation. Namely, one involving me sending prayers over your grave, if she had left anything of you to bury, that is.
I'm touched, Muldoon. Guess I got lucky.
Luck
Very.
played a part, but you also kept your head.
Barely.
Doesn't matter, you did.
Yeah.
I'm grateful you're still here, Robbie.
I have you to thank for that, Muldoon. That's why I'm constantly picking your brain. Got to hold on to all your teachings.
I was racing to that trike enclosure, and my only thought was how badly this could have ended.
Yeah.
Aw, bring it in, Muldoon.
Get off me.
Okay, we'll work on that.
Yeah. It takes a while to get up and, get someone to, especially someone that's, what do you call it? bit of a hard person to, get used to. Get used to, a person that's not really open about much stuff, to all of a sudden, like, be more open to, like, hugs and stuff. It's not, it's not that good to try doing so right away, but, you gotta make some progress here or there. Oh.
Chevy trucks bring big time power.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the ads, guys. But that's the price we pay. Ooh. What is this? Oh, it's just a gateway door. For a sec, I thought he was opening a crate. Door to enclosure. No, it's just security.
You're clear, Robbie. Nice and slowly now.
Wait. Let's see.
Okay, Robbie, just park there for a moment until they see it. Robert Muldoon, Game Warden, Isla Nublar, transportation procedure for the 12th of November, 1991.
Look
Here
at
we
these
go.
Beauties. Look at that. Beautiful.
Okay, Robbie, very slowly now.
What are they doing? Aw. So adorable. I know it would crush me if I tried hugging it, but I'll be willing to do
Three
that.
juvenile brachiosaurs being transferred from their holding enclosure to their new home in Sauropod Swamp. They're about 3 years of age and 10 foot at the shoulder. But once fully grown, they'll become our tallest inhabitants here at the park. Like a lot of animals today, their coloration is unique when young, but they are expected to adhere to a full beige hide within a year or so. These girls cannot be contained or airlifted like some of the other animals, so we've decided to simply walk them over. Control has decided that they are of a good age and size now to begin integration into a more permanent home. I've decided it's best to take a service road, otherwise the journey's going to be half a day long. Distance isn't especially far down to the swamp, but with animals this size, even a short walk becomes an operation. One slow, controlled, methodical operation. These exercises are especially important during developmental years. People imagine giant animals are difficult because they can be slow. The challenge is keeping them on task. You can move a nervous carnivore with force if you absolutely must. A frightened sauropod is another matter entirely. Fear spreads through a herd almost instantly. One startles, the others react, and suddenly you've got 40 tons of panicking animal moving without direction. The beacon mounted to the Jeep here is doing most of the work. This is what's called sound conditioning.
Ooh, hold on a sec.
Simple behavioral reinforcement. From
I would say, yeah, that's a pretty reasonable area for the snout, for the nostril holes to appear for sauropods, because for some sauropods, like Brachiosaurus and Giraffe Titan, yeah, it's harder to tell where the nasal holes would have been, but it is theorized to have been, on the crest or like between like where the nostril should be, or front at the mouth. It's one of those things that's still an ongoing debate and is not really proven due to toughness of trying to figure out placements of
Hatchling
nostrils.
stage onward, they're trained to associate a specific high-frequency wavelength with handler presence. It's a frequency that is inaudible to the human ear, but these girls can definitely hear it. Makes them willing to follow rather than resist. You can see the lead juvenile directly behind the Jeep there, largest of the group, confident temperament. Her name's Bianca. The others are orienting themselves around her automatically. That's herd structure forming in real time. Sauropods establish order surprisingly early in life. Not dominance through violence, more reassurance and movement cues. The rear female keeps drifting left. That's a nervous disposition. She's checking the perimeter every few seconds, likely reacting to unfamiliar terrain outside the enclosure boundary. That's very normal. Animals notice environmental changes immediately. Different sounds, smells, open spaces, things people ignore completely.
For me, it's all about connection.
Why why do I keep getting ads when I hear a pretty good section of Muldoon just rambling and I'm just immersed? And I can't bring myself to commentate because what he says is not wrong.
Ignore
but, like,
completely.
they notice changes and stuff way before we
We'll
do.
give them about 20, Robbie, and then restart the beacon. Girls need a break. They don't normally walk this much, so I'm just being mindful of that. Walking them over is useful for inspection purposes too. Best chance you'll get to observe locomotion naturally. Usually, if I drive by their enclosure, they're standing in one location while they strip the leaves off all the surrounding trees. And I'll drive by a few hours later, and they're still in that same location. So waiting for locomotion to take place could take hours. This short walk over to the swamp is my best chance to study their gait. You learn everything from the biomechanics of movement. Best chance to notice if an animal's development is too fast, suboptimal, or wrong entirely. With animals growing this quickly, small problems become big problems very fast. That's the consequence of InGen's accelerated growth programs. Every species here carries modified developmental genetics. Faster maturity, faster mass gain, quicker route to exhibition. Fast-tracking their growth produces adult animals in sometimes half the time it would take them naturally. Problem is, biology doesn't always appreciate shortcuts. Muscles struggle to keep pace with skeletal expansion. Organs compensate under enormous metabolic strain. The genetics lab here is tasked with producing park-ready animals, and the animals are tasked with growing ahead of what their metabolism was designed to handle. And the worst effects will always be seen in the larger of the animals. The larger a species, the greater chance that structural deformities will develop down the line. And I fear some of these girls, especially Bianca, won't reach adulthood without some metabolic or musculoskeletal hindrance due to InGen's rapid growth regimen. It saddens me, but I'm also not naive enough to believe that this park and all the preserves and zoos I've worked for in the past could ever viably place animal welfare before profit margins.
Yeah. I know in modern day, like, that zoos have and other sanctuaries have kind of tried to be better with its animals, but yeah, unfortunately, Prophet is kind of one of those situations where does it suck that not all animals get the right treatment that they should get, but at the same time, if the place doesn't make money, it's not able to house the animals, and if it's not able to house the animals, then either A, they go off to a worse sanctuary, or in the extreme bad case, they get put down, which isn't exactly a thing that I'm a fan of.
It's just not a functioning business model.
Yeah.
Anyway, at Sauropod Swamp, the apatosaurs should already be in the northern grazing zone. Integration phase begins today. That'll require monitoring for several weeks. Herbivores aren't automatically peaceful simply because they eat plants. Large herd animals establish territory around food, water, and movement corridors. Adult apatosaurs outweigh these juveniles several times over. One defensive tail swing could break a spine. So introductions happen gradually. Visual contact first, shared vocal range next, eventually controlled grazing overlap. You let them become familiar without forcing proximity. That's how proper zoological management works. Slowly, carefully, consistently. The park likes spectacle, but spectacle's the easy part. Keeping animals alive, healthy, stable, that's the real work.
Yeah.
Okay, Robbie, playtime's over. Fire her up.
Okay, try it now, Mr. Arnold.
Sam.
It's all set on my end, Sam, but you'd have to test the controls from the switchboard.
Am I permitted to do so?
Alright.
Yes, I've granted you permission.
Okay, and Mary and friends are all in the carnival house?
All inside now. I've got eyes on them.
Okay, I'll give the gate a go and radio you if it works.
Radio me if it works or doesn't work, Sam.
Yep, sure thing, Mr. Arnold.
Ooh. Alright. Alright, Sam. Wait a second. We haven't seen a single raptor all episode. That's strange. Maybe there'll be a hidden one in the background. Is there? Keeping my eyes peeled. Sam, be on the lookout.
Oh, what the?
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend hiding. Because I have a feeling. Yeah, for now it hasn't noticed you. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Run, Sam. Run. Oh. Wait, let me see. Alright, so camera is there. He runs there. Oh. No. That's not good. Not good at all. Oh. This is a wild raptor. Wait a second. It's on camera. So that explains a lot of things. As always, bravo to Aliota. He always makes interesting videos, and personally, I'm a big fan. And also congrats on hitting over 250,000 subscribers. I cannot grant that enough. Once again, I'll just quickly go over copyright stuff. All the copyright belongs to Aliota, and Jurassic Park's copyright belongs to Universal City Studios, LLC, Anti-Emblem Entertainment, Inc., and overall, I thought this was actually a pretty good episode. I mean, it's not the best. I mean, yeah, it could have some improvements here and there, but I honestly enjoyed it. Enjoyed it as it was quite reflective and quite fun as well. Anyways, yeah. And before I forget, I cannot trust this enough. Please go to Aliwada's channel and watch the original video in full to support him after watching or even before watching my reaction to it. As I cannot stress this enough, go to the original video, leave a like on his video, comment in his video, and also subscribe to him if you haven't already if you like his content, as I love his content and I'm already subscribed. And plus, I love seeing these like every week or so because honestly, I'm genuinely invested and I keep up with a lot of whatever's going on with it. So I find it very interesting. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.